Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we are back with another banging video. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about 50 Cent losing a major lawsuit. And if someone had told me that I would witness this, I would say it's a lie. Let's talk about it because I don't know how it is that he lost this lawsuit, but I believe that we haven't heard the last of it. Now, what had happened was 50 Cent basically made himself and his son available for a film. He never signed any final contract nor received any payment for. So as such, they went ahead and they are about to release the film. 50 Cent took them to court to halt the release of the film until there's a decent contract and he's paid. But the judge is saying 50 Cent hasn't met the legal standards to halt the release of the movie, and the movie is headed for theaters on July 11th. But the lawsuit still continues, however. So, this means that if he cannot halt the release of the movie, there was some verbal agreement, which means that, they're going to have to pay him. Now, knowing 50 Cent, knowing that he has lost this portion of this lawsuit, he's going to go in really harder. And I did not expect this from 50 Cent because he's normally thorough and, perfect when it comes to business and legalities. And then you have Bryce Hall who is saying, yeah, I beat 50 in court and I'll do it in the ring too. 50 is about to really get his ass. He's going to be sorry he said that unless he's willing to pay up big at the end of the day. 50 Cent loves to troll and 50 will spend any money and ensure that he goes to the end of the earth to win this lawsuit. Let's get into this report, right? Now, so Bryce Hall, he's known as a TikTok star and he's making a move into Hollywood big leagues with his first theatrical film release. Now, a moment he sees 50 Cent tried to hold hostage to no avail. Now, they caught up with Bryce Hall outside a Sweet Butter Kitchen in LA on Monday, and he was stoked for the release, so he was excited. It's a horror flick that is titled SKILLHOUSE. Now, he's staking his claim as first TikToker with a feature film. Now, they had a little clip of him. I may include the clip at the end. But Bryce says he hopes to see A-list movie stars doing the dances on the red carpet at his premiere after he's gone to a bunch of fairs in the past. No, they're saying, however, one person he won't see is 50 Cent, who lost the bid in court last week to block the release of SKILLHOUSE because 50 wanted to have a negotiation and some paperwork, but the judge is saying 50 doesn't have the legal power to do so. So Bryce speculates 50 needs $5 million he was suing for. He thought it was all good on set while 50 was acting and producing, but apparently not. Other sources close to the situation tell TMZ there was never any signed agreement between 50 and the filmmaker. Plus, our sources says 50 and his 12-year-old son were never paid for their work despite acting in the movie. Meanwhile, Bryce also tells us if 50 really wants to make a coin, he can meet him in the ring for a boxing match. We point out how 50's got some weight and age, but Bryce says he'll still beat on himself after all. He didn't win his last bare buckle bout. No, this is a major blow to 50 Cent. He's, rubbing salt in 50 Cent's wound. And if he knows anything about 50, that is not something that you would want to do because, um, if he does that, then, and a lot of people know that he did this to 50, first of all, people may want to just sidestep him on this because no one wants to see anyone getting hustled in this era, not even a 50 Cent. But honestly, I thought 50 Cent was a lot smarter. Something went on here. Something. Maybe, do you know how sometimes you may think you're the brightest crayon in the box, or you might be just the baddest person there is, but there's always another person that might be able to outsmart you. This could have been potentially what had happened here. However, as you guys can hear, the case is not over. The lawsuit continues. So I'm going to keep up to see if 50 receives a settlement, and if so, how much the settlement is about to be. Because if 50 doesn't get what he wants, 50 is going to he's going to hire himself the best attorneys that he can to ensure that he comes out successful at the end of the day, especially if he knows that he's well within his rights and his kindness was violated and taken for granted. So I'm going to say, Bryce Hall, watch it. 50 is not over and done. As a matter of fact, I think he's just getting started. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that even though the lawsuit is not over, what do you predict will be 50's next move? Because I know 50 is not done. I know he's coming. But with what? Good question.